But what I wanted to talk about more so is the controller itself. We can see at the moment that it's in hot water. We can see that we've got 39 degrees in the tank. Our set point is 48 degrees. With the 1 or 2 degrees overshoot, we'll probably end up with 50 in the tank, or 49. And you always get that 1 or 2 degrees overshoot. At the moment, I'll just turn that back down. It's just another little demonstration I was doing earlier on. But the system check for me is one of the most important menus on here. There's a lot you can get from this menu. The first one I'm going straight into is energy monitor. And because the heat pump's working in hot water mode and it's working exceptionally hard, I want to see what my COP is in hot water. And there we are. I've got 4.5. Now, in the settings, I've set it to variable for hot water. I've not set it to comfort where it's just gonna, go flat out. I've put it in variable, so it will modulate, but it's still working exceptionally hard because we've ran the tank down to empty and refilled it again with 17 degrees cold water. So now it's working hard to get that temperature up. Normally, we would have a recharge point of about 42 degrees. So if somebody has a shower, let's say the tank was already at 50 and somebody has a shower, as soon as that pulls down to 42 degrees, it would pause heating very briefly and recharge the tank. Whereas in our case, we've drained it right down with fresh water, if you like. And now that heat pump is working exceptionally hard to recharge the tank. But look at the COP. Fantastic, it really is. Because if you do the research online and you look at all the other brands on the market from other leading brands, Panasonic is one of the front runners. Their name has always been synonymous with efficient heating and cooling systems. This is amazing. On domestic hot water, to be showing a COP of this, it really is something to be, applauded. So, but as I've said before, if you listen to some of the doubting Thomases who say, well, they have a buffer of, they could be out by 10%, or plus or minus. If it was plus 10%, you'd be really happy, wouldn't you? But if it was minus 10%, I'm still not worried because look, this is amazing. Really is amazing. So, if you're looking for value for money and a good investment, then, the all-in-one is a great product. The Panasonic Aquarea range offers, fantastic efficiency. It's inspiring to see now what we will get on space heating. So, yeah, just a little one on the COP there on the menu. So I just wanted to jump in and cover that one. As the months and weeks and years go by, you can look at historical charts and you can see, what your generation's been and what your consumption's been, and then you can look at, the COP over a week, a year, etc. So, but if you really just want to see what's happening right now, it gives you a good idea of how efficient the system's running anyway. So if your COP's doing great, if it was doing so bad, like a 1 or 1 point something, you thought, well, something's wrong then. What is it? Is the flow rate not good, or is there an issue? Something like a block filter, something like that. But you see something like this and you think, yeah, great, system's running really efficient. Thanks for watching.